Our country is in serious trouble.
It was over in a matter of minutes, but tonight, gut-wrenching survivor stories emerging from the deadly attack.
So nobody shot at you this morning?
In New York City at like 6 a.m. on Saturday, some guys took some shots at Chief Keef outside of the W Hotel.
Somebody shoots at you, I think you have a right to.
There's a lot of speculation that 6ix9ine's crew is behind the shooting.
What about this Chief Keef thing, man?
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Chief Keef.
You're a big fan?
We don't play with guns, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all rainbows and peace.
Shay Dad, welcome to Jamada TV. Today I'm going to talk about these identical triplet brothers from Raleigh, North Carolina, ethnically from West Africa. West Africa. Shout out to my West Africans. So these brothers got jammed up and arrested for selling a hefty amount of drugs. I'm not even going to attempt to mention their names, but you can try to read it for yourself on the screen. By the way, shout out to my brother Waleed Coyote, who is a radio personnel for 102 Jams in Greensboro, North Carolina. Real close friend of mine. Anyway, these triplet brothers were possibly selling fake Xanax, real Xanax, and making pills of Xanax mixed with fentanyl, and selling that too. According to the police, in the news, they were selling the shit out them pills. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands. The triplets were living out some high-rise apartments while in the midst of selling all these drugs. That's already the wrong move because you're bringing needless attention to yourselves, especially because you're only 21 years old. People are always automatically gonna wonder how you can afford to be in a luxury condo at 21. Either you're a rapper, ball player, or drug dealer. Biggie said it the best. Either you slinging crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. Same concept. I definitely don't have anything against people getting to that bag, or how I like to say, getting to the suitcase. But being flashy while you at it is just dumb. That's what put the spotlight on Frank Lucas when the D's ran down on him. He put that chinchilla mink on that his lady gave him, and the D's was all over him snapping pics. Same thing would happen to anybody getting drug money and being flashy while doing it. John Gotti and BMF are perfect examples too. But these dumb people these days will never learn. Young, dumb, ignorant, modern day shit. Let me move on because I'm just ranting now. One of them was charged with delivering a Schedule 4 drug, possession with the intent to manufacture and sell, and distributing a Schedule 4 drug. Another brother was charged with conspiracy to sell and deliver a Schedule 4 drug, conspiracy of possession with intent to manufacture, and also sell and distribute a Schedule 4 drug. The third brother was released on misdemeanor charges. The other two have bail, one set at $1 million and the other one set at $100K. These triplets was trying to triple their money, but they was triple dumb or maybe just double dumb, since the third one got off with misdemeanors. But let me tell you how dumb they actually were. One of them was actually doing business off of Gmail and Facebook, talking reckless and slippery all on the record on social media. Like he never heard of all these young dumb fools getting arrested off of the incriminating shit they be doing on social media. Like that stupid statue freeze challenge when the kids posted pics of themselves with guns in their hand. They got knocked right away. So anyway, back to the subject. The police had an informant who was talking to one of the brothers online, and he claims that one of the brothers told him that he just ordered 100,000 Xanax pills and 10,000 fentanyls. So all those convos had been retrieved by a search warrant. Then the informant managed to get one of the brothers to sell him 1,000 fake Xanax pills, which the police then recovered as evidence. Then got him to sell another 1,000 pills later that same week, which is when the boys knocked him. But what kills me the most is that he made the transactions while he was driving around in a red Porsche Cayenne, which I assume he was driving for a while living in a luxury condo. All that at the age of 21. Now damn, couldn't you have a separate, more discreet car to bust your trap moves in? And not only was it a Porsche Cayenne, but it was a red one. A loud ass motherfucking red Porsche Cayenne. He couldn't get a black one or a white one, had to get a red one. Typical young dumb boy shit. So then the news channel was able to get a few words from the father to these brothers, and in my opinion, the father said some straight bullshit. He didn't know any better, and instead of practicing the Fifth Amendment and remaining silent, he done threw his boys under the bus in a way, if you ask me. Listen to this shit.
You can have a children who can grow up well, but go astray a little bit. But we have a hope that we will have them back.
So this is what he said. You can have children who grow up well, but who go stray a little bit. But we have hope that they will come back. Now, what you mean, bruv? He was supposed to say, my boys are not guilty under any circumstances, not guilty, no matter motherfucking what. If that was my pops, I'd be feeling some type of way. How about y'all? They also got a comment out of one of the neighbors who said, quote unquote, I didn't expect that out of him. He was a real good person. What you mean, bruv? He was a good person? Now let's get this straight. Selling drugs doesn't make you a bad person. We know of a lot of drug dealers who are huge philanthropists. I believe these brothers are good people but simply trying to get a piece of the American pie. I'm sure coming from West Africa, they were less fortunate and just trying to live the American dream. But to be honest, I do have something against the type of drugs they were selling. Xanax mixed with fentanyl. Now I'm sure a lot of you know what fentanyl is, but for those who don't, it's a powerful synthetic opiate which is a downer right along with Xanax. Now all benzo and opiate abuse is a huge epidemic and a cause to a lot of overdoses here in America and across the globe. Those are two of one of the most powerful downers you don't mix because there's a good chance you're gonna go to sleep and never wake up. So if you know anybody that's suicidal, definitely don't give them motherfuckers that shit. Like I said, it's an epidemic. They're mixing fentanyl with oxycodone with heroin, and now these brothers on some other shit mixing it with Xanax. I'm sure other people have been doing that, but that's some new shit to me. But what isn't new and has always been familiar to an enlightened brother such as myself, yes, an enlightened brother such as myself, is the pharmaceutical industrial complex. Now everybody is selling painkillers and Xanax, volumes, lean, cough syrup. Most people getting it prescribed by the doctors themselves. Those are the real drug pushers, but they're authorized by the US government. And the pharmaceutical companies who are manufacturing the drug on a massive scale is the plug. They're the motherfucking plug for all the doctors and little pharmacies. So who are the real culprits? Ask yourselves that. So the media and the government is all in cahoots with each other. The media making it seem like these little fish drug dealers are the source of the problem. But I'm telling you what's really going on. The only thing these brothers did wrong, in my opinion, was talk over social media. Other than that, we're in a society where it's almost inevitable for one to get caught up in the drug business when growing up in lower society urban areas. It's like putting food in front of a wild dog and telling them not to eat. That's how we're set up to fail, my people. I urge you to open your third eye and get in tune with your sixth sense. In closing, free the Triplet brothers. Subscribe and support. This is Dramata TV, bitches. Now what yourself. Yeah.